everybody, and welcome back to DK's Take. I'm DK. I'm with the Madden Bomber League, as you guys all know. I haven't done a video in quite some time. School started back. I'm a full-time employee, so I don't really have much time. So it's been rough, but I'm gonna do my best to get back on it and just bring you guys information or anything that I can share with you guys or anything like that. Today I'm going to be talking about injuries in CFM for Madden. And but before I do, I want you guys to make sure that you go check out All Business on Twitter and follow him on his website at web3ks.com, where you can get all your graphics for affordable needs. So on to the injuries. I am pleasantly surprised how the injuries have worked out so far in Madden. We're in our first year for Madden Bomber League, and we've had a lot of significant injuries. That's the way it's supposed to be. In the real NFL, you got guys like Tony Romo, Cam Newton. Who we got? We got Cam Newton, Tony Romo. We have Carson Palmer. We got Eric Decker. You know, there's several like high quality named guys in NFL who are hurt. It happens. I think I was listening to NFL radio the other day, and there were like 4 left tackles out and like 7 quarterbacks that started that are out. I mean, Jay Cutler's out. I mean, not that he's a top tier quarterback, but I mean, he is a starting quarterback for the Bears. You know, you want your starter going, even though Brian Hoyer's playing well. We'll see how that goes. But I mean, there's a lot of key players that get injured in NFL every year. Like last year, Jordy Nelson was out for the season. Like, these things happen. Guys get hurt. Des Bryant is hurt now. Des Bryant was hurt last year. I mean, like, Adrian Peterson out for the season. He might be able to come back in the playoffs, and the way the Vikings are looking, I'm sure that he'll be back. You got Teddy Bridgewater. He's out for the season. There was a non-contact injury in practice. So, I mean, injuries happen. So it's really good to see CFM and Madden 17 have real injuries. So I'm gonna kind of use our league for an example. These are some of the injuries that we've had. We've had Aaron Rodgers and Jordy Nelson out for 7 weeks. The Houston Texans are struggling with injuries. The majority of their receivers are hurt. He had Jalen Strong go down, Will Fuller go down, Braxton Miller go down, and this is probably all in the span of 2 to 4 weeks. All those guys got hurt. Also, we've had Doug Martin. He's put on injury reserve. Theo Riddick. He's on injury reserve. I mean, you got guys falling. I'm the Cowboys in our league, and Terrence Williams out for the season. In the preseason, week 1. I mean, if I would have known how the injuries were going to work beforehand, I wouldn't have played my starters as much, or if any. After week 1 of preseason, do you think the starters played again? No. I played all my backups. I will not risk my starters getting hurt. The injuries add depth to the game. It's a whole new flavor, and I absolutely love it. For instance, playing starters in preseason, you got a choice to make. Do you want to get them XP? Do you want to see if they play better than certain other guys? Do you want to try players out to see if they can compete versus other players? Well, you got to be careful because they can get hurt. Like the Lions in our league are undefeated. So when it gets down to weeks 16, 17, when they don't have nothing to play for, since basically they already got a first round bye, they might be playing for home field advantage. But do you risk Matt Stafford playing in week 17? Do you risk Marvin Jones, Ziggy Ansah, Darius Slay, Golden Tate, which by the way is leading the league in receiving yards, and Matt Stafford is leading the league in passing. He's looking to be the MVP. I mean, do you risk playing week 17 with your starters, knowing that you're going to more than likely get a first round bye and probably even have home field advantage? Do you risk in week 17? I think not. I think it adds a whole new layer to the game. And then like the way injuries work, they can last for a long time. Like for instance, Will Hill, he was injured before the season started. He's going to be injured for the whole season. So like, let's say if you're a losing team and you're playing week 17 just playing for pride and all that, what if you hurt a key player and he gets hurt for, I don't know, maybe 9 to 12 weeks, he's gonna be hurt going into preseason and the regular season. So you really gotta like be careful with who you play, when you play, what you play. It's great, and it adds, like I said, it adds a whole new twist to the game. For instance, practice squad. We had guys sniping in practice squad. I was one of them. Once Terrence Williams went down, I went looking through all the practice squad receivers to see if I could find somebody, maybe not to replace him, but to add depth. Practice squad is huge. I mean, guys are getting hurt left and right, and people are going to the practice squad and taking them off to put depth in their team, because more than likely, guys on your practice squad are guys you didn't want to release into free agency, so you can have on a practice squad just in case. And the way we are, I mean, we look at every inch of attributes for each player to see how good they are and how they can better our team. So practice squad's added depth. Free agency is going to be crucial. Do you spend a lot of money on big names and players that you need to play certain positions, or do you add add a lot of depth? I mean, depth is important in this Madden. I mean, guys are dropping. So do you want to add depth to your team, or do you want to add star power? I mean, what if your star power guys get hurt? You got to have depth. I mean, the NFL is all about depth, and it's been like a wonderful twist on how it is in Madden. Thank you, EA, for doing a great job with injuries. Also with drafting, do you draft based on need? Do you draft based on depth? Do you draft based on the best available player? Like, a lot of things are going to determine what you're going to do. It's really, oh gosh, like it's very exciting to like talk about this and to see this. The only downfall I have to injuries, offensive linemen are still not getting hurt. Now, I'm the Cowboys, and let me tell you, I'm okay with none of my guys on the offensive line getting hurt, because they're the strength of my team. I love to run the ball, and when my quarterback, Romo, or whenever he's gone, Dak, is back in the pocket looking for someone to throw, he doesn't get hit much. I mean, between Tyron Smith, Travis Frederick, and Zach Martin, I think they've given up 4 sacks, and we're in week 12, 13. I mean, that's key. It's crucial. They open holes, and they protect my quarterback. If one of those guys go down, it'll be crazy, like trying to have to replace them. So don't get me wrong, I love the fact that my linemen haven't gotten hurt, but it's not realistic. That's the only thing missing with injuries this Madden, are the offensive linemen. They don't get hurt. So maybe EA could come up with a patch. Maybe EA is going to work on it next year. I don't know. I don't know how they can, make it to where offensive linemen get hurt. But that needs to be a part of the game. Everybody else is getting injured, then the offensive linemen need to be a part of that too. But us at NBL, we're very, very, very happy with the way injuries work out, because we're very strategic over here at NBL. Like, we build through the draft, through free agency, and developing players. So with injuries, you have to build through the draft. You have to build in free agency. You have to develop your players. And if you do a poor job of managing your team, then you're going to struggle, mainly because, well, not mainly, but because of injuries. Injuries are part of the game. So I'm definitely looking forward to how a lot of this turns out. I haven't had the worst case of injury buzz. Like I said, I had Terrence Williams out for the season. The guy that I picked up off the practice squad got hurt the next week for 6 weeks. And I've had my tight end James Hanna injured for 8 weeks. I mean, injuries are going throughout the league. I haven't had an injury in a while. I'm crossing my fingers because, playoff time is coming, and I can't have a injury happen that can kill my team. I had an injury scare about 2 weeks ago. Ezekiel Elliott got hurt in the first quarter, and I was sitting there just heart pounding, just pounding, and I was like, oh gosh, I hope he's not out long. If he's out, it's part of the game, but if he's out for like the season, like he broke his leg or dislocated his knee or tore ACL, like, I'd be hurting, because he's a big part of what I do on offense. So EA, we really appreciate what you're doing to try to make Madden 17 better. We do need an outsource for bringing somebody like Daddy Leagues or another source like Daddy Leagues. Whatever it is, we need it. we definitely need a way to be able to check the stats, check the scores. Like I have to log on to Xbox to check my scores. I have to. We have to take pictures off our TV screen, post in our group chat, so that way people can keep up with things. And it's what is it? It is October something. I think it's October the 13th, I want to say, and we still don't have anything. I mean, it's a big part of CFM. I know they're doing whatever they need to do to make it happen, but we're jonesing over here to get something to where we can, to help us out in our leagues. But that's another story for another day. I just want to focus on injuries, how I appreciate them, how they affected Madden, how they affected our CFM league, how they affect how you, build your team. So with that being said, thank you guys for, tuning in to DK's Take. We got a lot of good things going on at NBL. We just had Bronco Beef drop his second podcast of NBL Blitz. He's doing an amazing job. He's totally taking all the storylines from NBL and talking about it and he's giving us a lot of depth of what NBL has to offer. So we really appreciate you, Bronco Beef. You're doing an amazing job. Keep it up. Just make sure you keep on pumping them things out. Also, we have the Commissioner's Corner with our two commissioners, Bomber and Lip. They also, are putting out a lot of content about the depth of our league. It's really good. It's really good, especially for like guys in the league who are wondering what they're going to talk about or how they're going to throw us under the bus or how they're going to lift us up. Like things like this are like huge for the community of our league. Like we do a lot out there. We also have 4 Verts with Sony Weaver. He's done a great job of talking to the developers of EA about Madden, giving them tough questions, trying to answer all the questions that us as a community, asking all the questions us as a community want to hear, So Sony does an amazing job. We also have the Lockdown podcast for our development league, the Grid. I mean, we got a lot of content. So make sure you guys, like and subscribe, like the video, subscribe to NBL Network. Check out all the other things. You'll love it. We even got guys like doing highlights from their games. I mean, it's amazing what we're doing over here. A lot of guys put a lot of work and effort. And to have an amazing league, you have to put in the effort. You need 32 guys, and we got 32 guys strong and in NBL. And we got 32 strong in Grid too, But it takes 32 guys as a whole to make a league. Not one guy can make the league. You got to have, good leadership and good commissions to set the standard and have rules set, for us to use and everything like that. And you got to have the guys that are committed, to following the rules and giving back to the league. Our time is great. We run August to August. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. We pumping out content. We're getting these weeks done. Going to have these seasons done. So make sure you check everything that NBL has to offer, and you can also go to MaddenBomberLeague.365.com and check out our website. We got a lot of good things, guys. So thank you guys for tuning in. I have no idea what I'm going to talk about on the next DK's Take. I'm going to kind of just kind of see what Madden's doing. They just had a patch come out not too long ago. I kind of want to wait and see what patch they add to it, because there's still a lot of things need to go amongst, having something like Daddy Leagues where we can check our stats and scores and stuff like that. Also, if you want me to talk about something in particular, just leave it in the comment section, and I'll definitely talk about it. I definitely don't mind the constructive criticism that I've received from some of y'all in the past. I'm down for constructive criticism. I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm just trying to give knowledge of what I have out to the community. And like I said, if you have any questions, just let me know. Until then, I will catch y'all later.